Haribo. Once my friend Haribo came to school doing things. You know, doggers and mad murder stuff.
Michael.
Yes, Root. What do you want?
We're not doing that kind of video now.
Oh no.
Oh yes. The moment everyone's waiting for.
Michael Rosen logic. A girl said, I wrote myself a letter, so I said, I've got a tummy ache in Jamaica. Farf. Dude. I think it's really bad news. They don't put the fastest land in our school loos. We had a teacher who had 48 kids. At the end of the week, there were hundreds and hundreds of them, and I ate the lot. She used to stand out the front going, as you know, it was our plan to go out today to the Sus Museum. Louise, it isn't absolutely necessary for your watch to play us Marseillaise. Mervyn, if I hear about your sandwiches, or the sandwiches in your fridge, if I hear about any of it once more, I shall give them to the Dutch. I don't know what Dutch, John. Any Dutch from Holland.
When we did spelling, it wasn't spelling. It was spelling. Have you got those things where it says check, cover, learn, read, cover, check, discover, learn, check, read, discover, breathe, hold your breath, die, learn, relearn, go home, spell, check, make, discover, read,
channel,
things, one huge bits of paper. It's longer than the word itself. The word says something like, stop it! Oh, you and your get out! It's just stupid. Oh, no, it wasn't like that. Down behind the dustbin. Oh, no, this is how it was. You have to stand up and spell out the word, everybody. E-V-E-R-Y-B-O-D-Y. Only she wasn't looking for somebody who could spell. She was looking for someone. She'd go, you! Huh? How do you spell sus? And the trouble was,
you weren't allowed to breathe in her lessons.
You didn't know that it said sus. You had the word sus, but you thought that that said Luigi. We all know how to spell E-V like this, isn't it? It goes E, E, V, E, E, E. I know an old bloke, and his name is Lord Jim, and he was inside a tin
full of screws in it.
What is poetry?
One common aspect of most poetry is that you don't have to write poetry. Now, of course, not all poems are poems, but basically, if you read a poem, and if it's not my poem, then the chances are it's a bad poem, because I can get away with trolling everybody in a way that is concerned with outcome. If it's non-fiction, then it'll be logical, chronological, illogical, biological, logical, magical, logical, and hide.
Robert Louis Stevenson. But best was May. When she came over after May, we played games. My favourite was Snatch. This is how we played.
Thanks for coming, Rosen.
Hello!
I've heard all about your special training in Holland. By the way, I understand you're suffering from amnesia. Any sign yet that your memory's coming back?
I don't know. Actually, I remember this funny little rhyme. When I was 3, I started getting mad. When I was 4, I ate the dog's dad.
This is your way. Carrying it allows you to exercise. And here's some junk. It's not money. It's not accepted in any regions of the city.
I don't care. I want some crisps. Can I have a sweet?
No.
That wasn't very nice. I'm gonna cry.
Go see Harry, the engineer. He's got your equipment ready for you. You're the only one I've got left who can battle this Snatcher menace.
What's that?
It's a Hideo Kojima game, same guy who made Metal Gear.
I made a box big enough for me to sit in. I took the chance, climbed in. Look at the box. Though you won't see me, I'm on the inside.
Hey everyone, do things here?
Wow, yay.
I can't pronounce your name.
Why?
I'm Russian.
Would you believe it?
I made a YouTube poop. A lot of pretty good some jokes. So, judge loud.
I don't think it's funny. Keel over and die. The things.
Normally I would not oblige that kind of request, but today I would not oblige that kind of request.
I am Dylan Cliff 111.
Oh no. Not one of those. Not another one of those Pennsylvania hypnotizers.
Will you give me some money so I can buy Chad Warden's Communist Pony?
No.
Hello.
Windmills.
Get off me! Telly, put your thumb in the air.
You bet.
Chocolate cake. When I was a boy, I had a favourite boy. I love. My mum, she says to me, listen, Michael, if there's any chocolate cake left over. But. So I used to go to school with a piece in my little box and I'd be walking to school, yay! And I'd get to school. And it would be playtime or lunchtime and I'm marching along. The shop downstairs. We live in a flat over a flat shop. It's an estate called Norman. My father told me that Norman is no. He's full of big ideas. Big ideas. Rush starts bombing away. We could open a new shop. We could buy a new shop. We could be millionaires. 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 And then Mr. Big Butt says, I can't stop myself. And so nothing happens.
Nothing?
That's them. Norman and Dad, says my butt. Is that true, we say? Sure.
Ram and Sheddle.
The cat.
That used to smoke a pipe.
I was Michael Rosen, by Michael Rosen, age 7 and 3 Rosens. And then they went off
To keel over and die.
When you're born, your folks think you're as horrible as your father. They scream
For
ice cream. No. You're too slow. Z's. So that's me, stacking the mustaches while he's getting the war, while he's red, while he's watching Hot Fuzz. Yeah, Mother Hubbard. One of us used to make it with the powder of love. That's the power of
Michael Rosen. Fantastic.
Shut your mouth.
Right, we pick up where the last story left off. I'm going to be searching the whole town and I'll gather all the people who aren't dead. But first of all, I shall go back to my house to get a few valuable supplies because I had hoped that it's probably still there. Now, if you remember last time, I was outside a bar just after receiving a motivational boost of encouragement. That's all well and good, but it's a really long way away from home, so I shall get some transport. And so I looked to see what there was. There was chant remains. Don't like that. There was a bus stuck on its side, on the side of the road. Don't like that. I was just about to say, plumb this, I'll walk, when I saw something else. And it was... this? Absolutely plum-tastic. I climbed in and I press the silver button. The machine starts roaring. Hot air rushes out of a silver spout. Home sweet home. Ah. Oh, plums. Well, I guess I have to go without. After all, I've still got my best weapon, you know. Plums. Anyway, time to find some people. I was just about to start looking when I saw a man going down the street. I shouted out, "Hey, Mr. Guy, are you all right?" Then, as this man got closer and closer towards me, I realized who I was talking to. An inspector. And yes, it was the same inspector from last time. And he said, "Right, I've come back for you just like I said I would." Then he saw the embers and the ashes and he goes, "Where have all the houses gone?
Do you know anything about it?"
And I said, let's just say something happened since you've been gone.
Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone.
Yeah. The inspector said, "Well, no matter, you're unharmed, so I can finish my report on you." I think I'll pretend I'm not okay. Then I start the moaning. So I said, I feel a bit sick actually. My nose is all runny. I've got a headache in my foot, like the blade of a knife in there. I've got a tummy ache in my head. It's hurting. The joke inspector said, "Oh, come off it, you fool. Stop that stupid faking, will you? Accept the fact that you made a terrible, overused joke." I shouted out, "Come on, man. That was ages ago. I'm not that bad anymore." So he said, "Okay, prove it." So here goes. Gee, it sure is burning around here. My boy, this pizza is what all true Haribos strive for. The inspector was getting a bit cross. Oh no! He was so plummed off with me. And he said, "Right, I'm afraid it's really big trouble now." And I say, "I hate really big trouble." All slimy. And he said, "I don't care. And it's no sulking matter." I never did like that joke, Inspector. And he said, "We're off." So I said, "Where?" And he said, "That's for me to know and you to find out." Okay, I said, "Okay. Yeah, okay." You know what? I've had enough of this man. So I said, "You'll have to catch me first." And I ran off down the street. "Hey, come back here," said the inspector. "You won't get very far. You won't catch me," I shouted. "You can't run very fast." And he said, actually, I can." And he came running towards me really fast. Oh no! So I darted across the streets right into an old warehouse. The only trouble was that place was nearly falling apart because of the inferno that kept on burning, if you remember. Anyway. "Oi, Michael Rosen, you can't run away." The joke inspector followed me into the crumbling building. But little did I know that he wasn't trying to take me away anymore. He was going in after me to help me. "Michael, wait, don't go in there. That's really dangerous, you know." But I thought I was still in trouble. And I climbed onto the beams of wood near the ceiling. And he screamed, "Michael, stop. Get out. Get out of here." "No," I said. "I've got to save the world." Suddenly, the roof collapses. And we're both on the floor. So I got up, and there was the joke inspector holding onto the end of a piece of wood. He was going to fall, so I shouted, "Quick!" Grabbed my hand. He had to reach up, and I had to reach down, and all the time the wood was breaking. I try, and I get my hand to reach. Then the inspector said, Go save the world." And he just fell to his death. I know what I have to do. Haribo died.
Yay!
No! He didn't die. I went.
And he faints. And he
Went.
We all have the same armpit.
We live in an armpits.
This is
We made toenail and plum windmills. I'm gonna watch Mr. It's Awesome. 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 Hot fridge. Once I went to the fridge, saw nothing in there, and I thought, that's a shame. So I went to sleep. So then I went to sleep. So then I went to sleep. So then I went to the fridge. So then I woke down. Everything. Oh, was that piece of paper there before? No, must have been. So I went to sleep. That piece of paper, what is it? It's a picture of nothing. And underneath it, it says,
the shop
downstairs.
Something on the bridge. What did I say? Yay. All I said was nothing. When you're born, your folks think you're dead. They scream, it's only a toothbrush, it's no big deal. Maybe you lift your head up a tiny, tiny cardboard ice cream with a little bit of chopped cat. And they scream, lol. Wind forward a few years. I was 7 3/4. There was nothing in the paper. It was write a big book of hot jam. I thought I'd go for it. I called it Sauce, and I wrote how Michael went flying in the Jura Mountains. I sent it in, and I won nothing, and it was printed in the shop upstairs. My mum and dad were
4 years older than me.
My mum and dad said, right. So that was that. Anyone round here breathing?
The Plums 5 or the Michael Rosen Sky. Boom. Kaboom boom. 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 Boom. Kaboom boom.
This new dog.
Boom, boom, boom. Once a boy called Dragonborn came to school and said, I can kill dragons. So he said, yeah, I bet you can't. So he said, okay, playtime. Hard luck, dragon. Always knew you were a bit weak. When I get in, if there's one thing I love, it's a fat box of raisins. Oh, I love raisins. I love the feel of the box and the sliminess of the flesh in my mouth. Nice. Not long after, a few days later, I look out the window and see Melanie with a bag of raisins. So I ran to her and snatched the raisins and ran back in my room. In my room, I was rolling up little raisins and watching telly, and on the telly was Melanie saying, never let me see you doing that again. I say, okay, don't worry about it. Not long after, a few days later, I thought, maybe I could go to my brother and he would put my raisins in his chocolate. I think you know what I mean. Chocolate raisins. I was loving life because I had hundreds of chocolate raisins, hundreds and hundreds of them, and I ate the lot.
We're not beautiful.
That's a shame. We had a teacher who had a teacher.
Hi, I'm Rog. My computer started getting really slow.
That's a shame. Out!
Under it.
Under it. Under it. Under it. Under it. Under it. Under it.
Hit the hit. Boom, 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 boom. When I was 6, I ate a bag of potatoes.
Uh-oh. We forgot to shush you.
How come you're here to give a shout, one push? It's because when I was 6, I ate a bag of plums.
Chocolate cake. In the middle of the night, I woke up and I thought, I am dead. And then I noticed I'm breathing. I'm not dead. Whew. I'm tired. I was 7. There was a collaboration in the paper. It was Clean Rosen Collab 2 by RootNegativeSixteen, age 7 3/4. I thought I'd go for it. So I'm sitting there with my computer and I'm thinking of this book I read at school about sauce. So I think, what's it gonna do? I called it sauce. It went sauce. I sent it in. Sometime later, I got a letter from a girl in America. It was RootNegativeSixteen. Would you believe it? She said she had seen sauce. It was thrown out. She said I shouldn't bother. It was horrible. Oh, the things people say. I sent her a letter back and said, if I had the time, I'd try and sue the pants off. You a letter back and said, thank you very much for the letter. Don't worry. Maybe I'll try again next time. Thanks again. Michael Rosen here. Every 3/4. Maybe she'll forget about it. Do you think she will? No.
Welcome to Don't Be Cheeky, the Michael Rosen Crazy Talk Show. Today, me and my brother are actually doing nothing what you heard me. Nothing. Why? Fair enough, and I'll tell you, it's because we're going on vacation. Oh. What? Why? Where? I don't know. I don't think it's funny. You don't think anything is funny. That's enough. Anyway, after Don't Be Cheeky was over, we went to Chocolate Swiss Cafe to sort things out. A Hollywood, please.
Right.
One of those little chocolate Swiss rolls, please.
Coming. Right.
Anyway, we kept talking about tulips and cheese. Well, actually, we kept talking about where I think we're trying to go, and we waited. Then, suddenly, the food appeared. Right in the middle of a tray, with a little paper logic stuck in the top. I don't know either. That Hollywood is huge. So is your chocolate Swiss roll. You're right. Quite right. Dig in. Michael. Are you okay? That chocolate sauce. What is it? Finger in, smell it. Just like I thought, drug things. Do you know, people say to me, this is a clean collab, but you're not supposed to have drug things. Fair enough, but these drug things weren't the kind of thing you're probably thinking about now. It was these kind of drug things. Anyway, not long after, the noise of a toothbrush breaking woke me up. Older Rosen, what is this place? I don't know. I was just about to get out of here when I heard the guy who gave me my Hollywood. Anyway, the guy said,
I like toenails.
Well, actually, he said,
Oh no, you're not dead.
Yeah, you're right, you fool. Who are you anyway?
I'm a terrifying creature called the Pocket Vogel.
Really?
Yes.
What's the matter? I think it's funny.
Keel over and
Die. Then, suddenly, the Pocket Vogel became huge, taller than me. And I had this really long rolled up comic to eat it with. It's no good. This is a horrible rolled up comic. But then older Rosen starts doing things.
Quick, 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 quick! Come over here, come over here! You're gonna miss it, you're gonna miss it! Quick, 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 quick! Come on, you'll miss it! What? Quick, quick, quick! Come on, come on, come on! The chocolate cake! What? It's that!
Oh no, this is horrible! Then, suddenly, the Pocket Vogel just fell over and became little once again. Wonderful.
Oh no, you're not dead.
Yeah, you're right, you fool. And I dashed out off to Brian faster than an electronic logic. And everything was lovely once again. Wonderful. And then we went home.
Chocolate, 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 chocolate. Hot frying pan. In the morning, my dad goes to the shop downstairs to get a proper frying pan. He says he wants his frying pan now. Why, your mother? So then I told my dad all about the frying pans and Mars bars. Dad says, oh yes, like the time you threw your mother's fluff out of the window. Frying pan. Frying pan. Frying pan. It felt like the room filled up with
Frying pans.
Hundreds of them. And they were all crowding round me going, you threw your mother's fluff out of the frying pan. I noticed that my mum and dad were the youngest in our house. But children's shoes have far to go. Solomon the cat lied dead on the bridge. But
Thank you. That's enough. Once a penguin called King D came to my cafe and said,
Yo, Uncle, my gut needs some grub. Fetch me some food and hot to it.
so I get a bag of plums.
Yuck! Ugh. Take it away! It's lousy! Ugh. I want something else!
Would you believe it, the little pig? No, you cannot have anything. More people in Britain today are using logic. Smart and smooth, they invent spaceships that drop the base. That's enough. Box. I made a box. We're going on a bird hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. What? We're scared. Oh no, we gotta go on a bear hunt. My dad calls me. When I tell fibs, my dad calls me plan sitter. When I come in from playing with my clothes a bit mucked up, he calls me boo jughead. When we were in this cafe on holiday and I laughed and coughed orange juice all over the floor, my dad called me Gary Spitz, mate, and the names followed. When I watch telly all Saturday morning and I get a bit dozy, my dad calls me Wally Smelly Fart. When my nose is a bit runny and I can't find my hanky, my dad calls me Queen of the Dead Goldfish. I call him Hot Air, spinning brain, squeezing pizza, snuffling tomato, eating plasticine, licking shtickle, flicking useless pig. My dad cried. Anyway, what is it? See you all in fridge. I'll tell you. Thucks. I was absolutely poor. Yeah, all I had was 1 apple and 15 toenails. But, and this is a huge but, I had a plan. I was going to play the fiercest animal in the UK, David Alexander, to steal the grey gold plum. Really good. Hello! Hey, Dave, you peach syrup drinking child mode. Yes! Come over, you slimy little snake. Okay. I'm the fastest in the land. I don't think it's funny.
Come in.
Okay. Why? Is it black?
I don't know. Well, actually...
Get out of here! I swam the English Channel, upstairs, into bed, in a flash. I've got to do it on my own. No David Alexander, nothing. To the plum card. Right.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
You can't run very out.
Don't mess with the hawk.
The first app's in. Fill my mouth with that thick, sweet juice. Watch out, everybody. Absinthe is really horrible. So remember, don't drink hard liquor. Conversations with a cool guy. Do you want an apple? No. What do you want then? Swag. If I hear about your swag, or the swag in your if I hear about any of it once more, I shall give you to the ducks and the skyfoogle. So do me a favour and stick it up your backside. Laura laughs.
I don't think it's funny.
I wonder if I used to laugh when I was 2. I ate a soapy flannel like Laura. It's sus time. Michael's big part of 2 bad books. My dad had a favourite page in the Bible, page 1, because on page 1 it said, "Oh yes, like the time you threw your ring's best mother out of the windows." 7. I'm in the middle of a wrestle with my brother at lunchtime, but when?
12:15.
Correct. Now, I find my face right up close to his ear and I see the useless toenail. I read in here that giraffes have no orange. The Red Sea is plums. Gorillas can't nothing. Black treacle is blue. Elephants can't rap. And nothing rhymes with Is it? Puzzle 201. She said I said he lied. But I said she said he lied. When you said she said I said he lied, he said, I live with my auntie. Anyway, after all that time for the outing. Right, as you know, it was our plan to go out today to the Bike Museum. Now, I had hoped that it wouldn't be necessary for me to listen to but Fan has opened her can of cheese. Actually, Fan has opened her can of Hollywood. Anyway, the outing. We went to the Bike Museum and I took the one bike there was. Michael, no. Right, bus conductor. The bus conductor saw me and the bike and burst the tire. Horrible bus conductor. And I ran and ran and I ran and ran and I ran and ran and I ran and... Washing up. On Sundays, my mum and dad said, right, on Sundays, my mum and dad said, quick, 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 come over here, you're going to miss it, quick, 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 come on, you'll miss it. What? I say, you're standing there at the sink. What? But, and this is a big but, I dashed out of school prison faster than an electronic strawberry ice cream. Anyway, I peeled off the bus conductor. Why? Never mind. I won't peel off the bus conductor. Right, I dashed out of school prison and then I went home. Mum said, did you have a good time? So I said, horrible. I don't suppose I will. I don't suppose I will. Well, Operation You Tree can't catch me, so off we go. The clean Rosen wrap. But I can't be trusted to do anything clean. I know. You may think I'm peas, you may think I'm sandwiches, you may think I'm lazy, you may think I'm nice. But hang on to your seat side and listen right here, I'm gonna eat a pizza. Hip hop hat. I'm giving you all the Michael Rosen. I was born on the 4th of July. I remember very well that lovely day I was in my mother. I think you know what I mean. Curled up tight, though I have to say it was as dark as black treacle. Gingers. Nothing to do. Didn't want to breathe. I was so happy, didn't want to lean. Then I hear some chords. One push button, Mrs. Rosen, and he'll be out. I'm telling you, that was a puzzle to me. I shouted out, no breathing. I popped out my head, said, now watch my telly. I juked and juked around the room.
What a story, Mike.
Bam, ba-diddy, bam, lamb, boola, boom, hip hop, shop. I'm giving you all the rap. When I was 1, I saw our jug in the English Channel. When I was 2, I ate Haribo's pancreas. When I was 3, I started getting thick. When I was 4, I ate my dad. When I was 5, the dog was in a band playing drums. When I was 6, I ate a bag of bags. When I was 7, I robbed a bank with Rob G.A. When I was 8, I became a ball. When I was 9, I closed all the schools. When I was 10, they made me king of the plums. So that's what I am, that's what I be with a D-I-K-E-K-I-K-E. That's what I am, that's what I be, Mr. Tellybrains. Hip hop, I'm giving you all the Michael Rosen rap.
Hooray!
The Michael Shrug stuff. There was a man who turned up round our way once and said, I can teach magic. So he said, yeah, I bet you can't. So he said, okay. We never saw him again. Anyway, at school, we were doing Miss Tree. Then suddenly one day, our teacher, Miss Goodall, said carbon had 4 valence electrons. So carbon only made 4 bonds. Sheila McLean said, if that's true, how come can make 6 of them? Miss Goodall looked awful. I don't know why. So he didn't know what to say. That's enough science. Not long after, a few days later, there we were reading I was just about to keel over and die when I saw something else. It said, the magic drink. And it was vanilla ice cream, one of those little chocolate Swiss rolls, cod and chips, fruity, bready mush, hot sauce, a great big chunk of potato, one sloppy, cheesy pizza, and another one of those little chocolate Swiss rolls. Suddenly, it appeared on its own, so I drank the lot. And now, I was magic. So now I conquer Holland. I became the King of Holland. After a few months of this, an inspector asked, who is the Queen of Holland? There was silence. No one knew. Meanwhile, I've got to get a wife. I dashed out off to put notices all round the street saying, who is the Queen of Holland? Probably you. Not long after, a few days later, I looked to see what there was. There was Applejack, don't like that. There was Samus, don't like that. There was Donna Noble, don't like that. And there was Peach. I was just about to say, Peaches, the Queen of Holland. And I hear a funny voice going, hey, listen, get out of here. Snappy. Samus starts to drop bombs. Quick, get out. That's when my brain starts doing things. You know, sorcerers and magic stuff. I'll tell you what I do. I'm fiddling with reality, slowing down time, and yes, it stops. I try to unlock it. That was the mistake. Stopping the world. Oh no, the moment went on for ages. I try, and I get time to work, fiddle, riddle, diddle, diddle, fiddle, riddle, diddle, diddle. For 3 hours I'm at it, and nothing happened. I was beaten by hubris. It was then I noticed the man who turned up round our way once, the magic teacher, was watching me. And he starts up time, and he said, never mind. Michael Rosen, I don't suppose you'll stop time again, will you? I don't suppose I will. Conversations with Eileen. My name is Eileen Ogle, and I run a dancing school. Why? My name is Eileen Ogle. I don't care. My sister is a fool. Quick, get out of here. I teach little girls dance. What does your mother say about that? My name is Eileen Ogle, and of course. Ha! My name is Eileen Ogle, and I... Do you want an apple? No. My name is Eileen Ogle, and I... Do you want something to eat? No. My name is Eileen Ogle, and I... Do you want some puff to eat? No. I don't think it's funny.
I won't recommend anyone to experiment with it, but you can go to the local supermarket. It comes in a tin.
Tins full of screws in it.
And you open the tin, and the stuff that comes out is a strange
give the
kind
boys
of
that
pink,
greasy
stuff. One day, corned beef will close all the shops, and we won't be able to eat corned beef every day for months and months. And people will shout, we want beef, cans of corned beef. And Hitler, keep cans of corned beef in the cupboard. Not just one or two cans, stacks of them. People will come over and we'll have a corned beef party. Surprise, motherfucker. The table full of cans of corned beef. And then everyone open cans of corned beef and we'll eat it saying, corned beef? This is nice. Nice party. Nice. I don't like corned beef. I don't like the way there are these chunks of fat sitting on it. And when you eat it,
first the fleshy bit, it sticks. Then the slimy bits, they slide about. And when it all goes down my throat, it sticks.
And now I think away. Better frying pan. Frying pan. Who ever heard of the frying pan? Frying pan, nice frying pan. Frying pan, frying pan, frying pan. There are good frying pans. Frying pans. Would show more sympathy. To fry bacon and eggs.
Smells nice. Finger in, lick it.
Ow! That hurt!
Tastes hot. My hands went hot. So I only put a little bit on my forks and I blow. Up. London's burning just now, is it? Right, jug, 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 jug.
In the end, can turn on the fact that song lyrics are poetry.
These are good. Oi, peeping noises. Oi, peeping noises. Oi, peeping noises. Oi, peeping noises. Haribo, Michael, useless sound. Word America. And your not the same because of that floating white cross on a blue. That Greek stuff.
I've seen it all before.
Born to tell me, shall Rosen. Would you believe it? Now, I love this shaving soap. It was all perfumey. Oh, yeah. And then I noticed the room filled up with bubbers, hundreds of them, and they were all crowding round me going, yes, yes, yes.
You changed my life forever!
And wash the dirty mouth. I got to the London airport. Suddenly, the goings went boing, boing. My logic, too, or how I learnt to make you chew it, and off we go. And then I start the moaning. Can I make in that joke? No. Now, if you don't stop it, I shall shoot. I shall give you to the ducks. Right? Okay, then we're off. Haribo Bridge. Once my friend Haribo came to school dying. We said, what's the matter? What's the matter? And he said his useless granddad had died in her lessons. So he didn't know what to say. Then I said, how did he die? And he said, I don't know. Actually, he was standing on a station waiting for the train and he just fell over and died. And then he started crying again. He was a nice hamster, Haribo's grand headache. He had a shed with rotten plums. I'm so horrid now. Conversations with the bump. Do you want to know?
No.
Okay. What do you want then?
A bag of plums.
Why?
I'll tell you, it's because, plums.
I'm stopping the tree. I am stopping the tree.
You can't stop me on the speedy.
I like cockerels. Yeah. Anyway, once I had a goldfish shop and I had loads of goldfishes, hundreds and hundreds of them, and I ate the lot. I looked after the lot. Then suddenly one day there was an inspector coming in. He said he wasn't going to inspect me, he was going to inspect my goldfish. Later that day he came in, he had a moustache, he doesn't shave and his face is all prickly. And he looked at our goldfish. And then our goldfish. He was very pleased. But, and this is a ginger but, it was then he noticed Haribo's granddad stuck on its side on the top of the water, mouth open, eyes staring, tail stiff, dead in my tank. He was a nice man. Oh no! Nice. Oh no! The moment I dread when Haribo's granddad dies in my tank. That's when my brain starts doing things. You know, the kind of thing. Murder and stuff. I'll tell you what I do. I dashed out faster than an electronic toothbrush. Hey, come back here, said the inspector. You can't run very fast. Useless information. I read in a book that the sea is blue. Gorillas are giraffes. Holland is full of plastic windmills. Black treacle can't jump. And nothing in the Bible is true. Whoa. Totes. More and more people in the Science Museum today are using spots. Smart and smooth, they grow on my face. I don't like it very much. Ow! Presents. Presents. I gave my mum and dad all kinds of jug things. I used to go round the shops for hours looking at jug things. Once I thought I'd made a jug thing. I ran and ran all the way home. What programme shall I put on the telly?
This Justin, Michael Rosen has been placed in jail.
Oh no! If there's one thing I can't stand, it's prison. They string you up from the wall bars.
Jug things.
Anyway, I've got big bother. The inspector's going to come back and find me here. I'll tell you what I do. I pretend to be a windmill and I dash off to Holland. Windmills. Okay, don't worry about it. I don't think it's funny. Strict. We had a teacher who was so strict you weren't allowed to get out your phone in her lessons. She used to stand out the front going, no texting, no Flappy Bird, no Instagram, no my space. Miss Bus Conductor, nobody at all uses my space, you fool. Miss Bus Conductor frowned and then started looking all round the class with her eyes, looking at the phones in my class. Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. She just fell over and cried. Once Miss Bus Conductor came to school absolutely furious. Dave said, can I have a drink? Out! School prison. Dave said, get off me! We never saw him again. None of us ever saw Miss Bus Conductor ever again either. The Michael Rosen Chocolate Baby Airport. You may think I'm George, you may think I'm Haribo, you may think I'm a cool guy, you may think I'm the speedy hamburger, but hang on to your 2-year-olds and listen right here, I'm my brother. I was born on the 237th of May, I remember very well that horrible day. I was in my mother, curled up tight, though I have to say it was as dark as prison. Nothing to do, didn't want to drink. I was so happy, I want to wee. Then I hear Lollipop Lady give a shout, one push Mrs. Haribo, and he won't eat it. I'm telling you, that was a puzzle to me. I shouted out, how'd you know I'm pizza? When I was 1, I swam peach syrup. When I was 2, I put that finger on the end of your thumb. When I was 3, I started getting girls. When I was 4, I ate the dog's brother, mother's granddad's hamster's pizza. When I was 5, I was in a bag of plums. When I was 6, my brother was 4 years old. When I was 7, I robbed Batman. Nice. When I was 8, my brother was 4 years old. When I was 9, I closed all the prisons. We all got up and ran out the door and got away as fast as we could. When I was 10, they made me king of the murderers. So that's what I am, that's what I be, with an I, with a K, with an E. That's what I am, that's what I be, Mr. Plums, Mr. Potato, Mr. Banana, Mr. Pizza Face. I'm giving you all a box big enough for you to sit in. I want to go to sleep. But there's a lamppost. Well, actually, there's a great big hamster under the bed, eating sandwiches and chocolate and drinks very, very quietly. He's disgusting. See? I told you, it's not fair. He's a greedy little pig. And then a picture came into my mind of the different ways I could cut bits out of the hamster. So now I get some pepper and put tomato stuff on the flesh. And that's the way it goes down now. Me and my arse. Me and my brother, we sit up on the telly watching Roger Burger.
Hi, I'm Michael. I was born on the 7th of May. I remember very well that awful day. I was in my mother, curled up tight, though I have to say it was dark as night.
So boring.
Vindaloo.
Vindaloo. Vindaloo. Vindaloo. Na-na.
What?
The word is man, and that's spelt M-A-N, which means common, if you'll excuse my extremely bad English pronunciation. So that means it's an F word, right? Wrong. Man comes into English from marmalade. It's first recorded in English. It's also been associated with something very sexy. Tea sells for maybe sort of £15.
I saw that, Mark, I saw that. Any more and you'll be out. No trip, nothing. Anyway, me and my brother, we played games. My favourite was... This is how we played. We each wore a bright green hat and a moustache. We juked and jived around the shops for hours, going to everybody. I like it. I think it's funny. Yes, here we go again. I don't think about it. My head's in the music. Every eye on me as I spin and
Spin and spin and spin.
until you're fit to burst. I see other people on the street watching me, shouting, screaming. It made an enormous noise. In fact, it made so much noise, we were all shaking. They stand about screaming. I stare at them, wondering what they're doing. They stare back. And before we all knew it, I was running and running as fast as I could. They were absolutely furious people until I see 3 terrifying children on bikes.
We built this city.
Wow!
We built this city on rock and roll.
I don't believe it. I really don't.
Say you don't know me.
Don't want to.
I recognize my face. Faces of evil. Say you don't care close to that kind of place.
I don't care.
My Tony plays the mama.
Who is Marlowe?
Listen to the radio. Don't you remember?
No.
This city on rock and roll.
What are you doing?
We built this city on rock and roll.
Quick! Get out! Get out of here! What the bloody hell was that? My name is Michael Rosen and I run a hamburger school. That's enough. Nothing is real because I am the king. I've got a terrifying tale called The Skyfugel. After the man took our money and never gave it back. And I cried. On Monday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouted. Haribo's granddad. He's dead. I rushed over to the tank. He wasn't dead. It was just one of his tricks. On Tuesday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouted. Haribo, she's dead. I rushed over to the tank. It wasn't dead. It was just one of his tricks. On Wednesday, I went to school and I saw Haribo crying. We said, what's the matter? What's the matter? And he said his granddad had been eaten. Ha! Sucks for you, Haribo. It was a nice tasting man. Son. Potato will make horrible crisps. When I got back from school, I was starving and we looked to see what there was. It was then I noticed Haribo's granddad. There he is, sitting there, right in the middle of a tray. Mouth open, eyes staring, tail stiff, dead in my tray. Dad said, he won't eat it. Haribo's granddad is huge. But Mum said, much like yourself. And actually, Mum said, no. If he wants Haribo's granddad, he can have Haribo's granddad and Haribo. Tea time with Haribo's granddad and Haribo. It was lovely. I had to reach up to get to the head on the top. Got it. Then onto the ice brain and the chocolate skull. Dig in. That was a bit rich, but horrible. Suddenly, Haribo appeared on its own and he screamed. That wasn't very nice. Haribo and Haribo's granddad weren't dead. It's just one of their tricks. Never mind, dear. I don't suppose you'll eat again, will you? I don't suppose I will. Michael's big boo-boos of traditional things part blob. My dad had a favourite part in Vanilla Sky Part 1. Because on Part 1 it said, oh no!
Oh, yes.
Like the time you threw your mother's best ring out of the window.
It was her grandcrackers. Now, I know that sounds bad, but I was only 2. You know you're doing a wee, wee.
From the aeroplane over the...
2 now. Here, later. A mum tries to be icing. Look out the window. There's my ring. That's it. I'm stopping the car. I am stopping the car. Oh no! The moment I dread when mum goes from being happy to raging. I know. Fiddle riddle did Michael unlock the door. I said, no. You scare me. My mum said, all right, that's it. Key. Oh no! My mum pulled me out of the car and said in a furious voice, Michael Rosen, I was my ring on the road. Fact was my favorite ring it into my grandmother, and you know it. I said, because I threw it out the window and it landed in the street. What the fridge? Michael, are you insane? I said, but Mum, I was 2 years old. I didn't know better. Hand slap. See, this is I hate 2-year-olds because 2-year-olds don't know jack diddly That's it. Michael, row your boat. I'm going to hit your butt. And this is a... Get off me! No! That's my ear! I don't care. You glad fact surfer. Look at the drill. Oh no! No, stop drilling my school. I'm drilling for oil. It was then I noticed
Brian.
He was watching my mum kill me. He had never seen anything quite so Haribo in all my life. People say to me, if that's true, how come you're here to tell the tale?
Well, that's simple, Mr. Yates.
I had a spare brain in my back pocket. Survival.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of what? Oh yes.
Quick, 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 quick! Come over here, come over here! You're gonna miss it, you're gonna miss it! Quick, 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 quick!
What?
Come on, you'll miss it! Quick, quick, quick! Come on, come on,
For
give us your
God's
hand, give us your
sake.
hand!
And he grabs my hand, and I'll tell you what I did with it. I shoved it into my computer. Michael's big book of bad books. In the morning, my dad goes to the bathroom to have a... Ow! That hurt! Listen, Michael.
You cannot say bad words.
For God's sake! Why? Because I said so. Well, you can get this into your head. I'm not talking.
But
I'm singing. Solomon the chocolate cake. Chocolate. Boom. We sit down to eat, and the chocolate cake is a bit hot. So I only put a little bit on my brother. Ow! That hurt! I didn't hurt you! Now it's me grinning. But then my dad would say, don't pour hot chocolate cake on the baby. And my brother suddenly goes, I'm not a baby! But then my dad would say, so I only put a little bit on my fork and I blow till it's cool. Just cool. Into the mouth. And now I got the taste of it in my mouth and I can't stop myself, so I go.
Anyway.
And I got all these slashes and I can't stop myself. What a great... Oh no! It's all gone. Dad says, are you crazy? But then my dad would say, crazy. And I go, Dad says, the boy's going mad. Never mind me. He's well over the edge. And my brother suddenly goes, oh, horrible! And the house smelt of dirty vinegar and hot cheese all the way from the front door to the Jura Mountains. And Mum says, oh, get out, get out. Look what you've done. And I say, anyone round here's a smuggler? No, I bet not, actually. And I say, what did I do? What did I do wrong? All I have...
That's enough.
All I did was pour hot chocolate cake on my brother. Dad says, Michael, go upstairs to the bathroom and wash your dirty, sticky face. I went upstairs to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I saw it. Just there. Chocolate smudge. Chocolate rain. When we had Domino's, when we had pizza, we'd sit round saying, this is nice, this is really nice. But then my dad would say, you know what this could do with? Just a little bit of, So, next time we had pizza, we'd have pizza with a little bit of But then my dad would say, so that was that. Frarf. Mum said she's not going on another camping holiday until we get a baby! Until we get pneumonia. Dad says, what are you talking about? And Mum says, you take me for stupid? Everyone else who goes camping goes with a proper
pneumonia.
But when we go camping, we go. Dad says, shut your mouth. And Mum says, shut up, stinks. You can't rule my life. And I say, right, that's it, I say. I've had enough. Mum and Dad are dead. LOL!
George, once my mum took this magic chocolate ball and put it down in front of me. So I said, really good. But then my mum began to cut into the ball so the juice jumps into my mouth. Nice. The Michael Rosen baby fridge. Goldfish. On Monday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouts, your goldfish is gay. Then I said, I'm gonna give your sister to the Vikings. Transport. Wood.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true.
Nice. Well, actually, horrible. Tea time. It's tea time. And we're sitting at the table. And my dad wants my mum dead.
Nice.
The RootNegativeSixteen rap. You may think I'm fantastic. You may think I'm fantastic. You may think I'm crayfish. You may think I'm mad. But hang on to your seat. Go and listen right here. I'm going to tell you something that'll burn your house down. Hip, hip. Hooray! Yay. I'm giving you windmills. Look out the windmills. And I like it when you go to Holland, where they have those windmills to dry your hands. Anyway, we had a teacher who was so strict, you weren't allowed to fix the toilet in her lessons.
She used to stand out the front going,
no plumbing. And you had the whiny kid going, meh. And you had the whiny kid going, meh. And you had the tiny kid going, meh, meh, meh. And you had the wild going, nice. So once more, from the beginning, nice. Laura laughs if she sees something funny. I wonder if I used to laugh like Laura. And if I used to laugh, why did I stop? So sad. Babysitter. Sometimes my babysitter used to babysit me. He hated me because I just wouldn't go when he told me to. He was made of bright green plastic tomatoes. Well, actually, bright green plastic tomatoes. You know that fleshy flesh, and you know all those slimy little seeds, the way they slide round your mouth. 1, 2, 3 great big raisins. That's enough. As you know, it was our plan to go out today to the Sauce Museum. And yes, it melted. Yes. Now, I had hoped that it wouldn't be necessary for me to tell you, and that includes you, David. Yes, you. No need to turn around, David. There aren't any other Davids here, are there? Dave said, so everyone said, shh. And Dave said, I was only saying. So everyone said, shh. We're all glad you've got jam in your sandwiches, Mervyn, but what's it got to do with the jam in your sandwiches, Mervyn? And the sandwich is jammed. I'll have to break it down. Shrapnel in my eyes. There's an old shop in Islington called Tomato and Breadle. Today it's a shop that sells preposterous presents. I imagine that a long time ago it was a windmill. The Michael Rosen Collab and 3.
My dad says, don't tell your mother. Let's have...
Stop right there.
What?
This is a clean collab. You promised you'd behave.
What the...
Shh. You can't say that, you fool.
I don't understand it.
RootNegativeSixteen is watching us.
hello!
Oh, yes. I'm beginning to get the picture.
She's going to inspect us and make sure we behave really good.
Okay. Yeah.
Please stop. Right, out!
I'm not being dirty. I'm just drilling for oil, yeah.
You just stay out of the way, Grandad.
Right, that's it, I say. I've had enough.
I was starving. All I had for breakfast was 1 apple and 15 raisins. Blades. I feel a bit sick, actually. It's hurting. That was horrible. Anyway, we sit down to eat, and the potato's a bit hot. So I only put a little paper umbrella stuck in the top.
You remind me of a man. What man? A man of power. What power? The power of doo-doo.
Conversations with two-year-olds. Do you want an apple?
No.
Do you want an apple? No. What do you want then? World domination. Do you want something to eat? No. Do you want some brains?
Yes.
What are you doing? Got milk? What's the time? Something made hundreds and hundreds of years ago to keep us on track of everything. Go wash your hands in the bathroom. My hands aren't in my pockets anymore. What's the matter? I've got a headache in my head. Are you all right? I done saw a funny headache in my foot. No, it's a lump. It's a bump in your ear. It's the blade. It's your vines bursting. It's your 2-year-old eating your brains. It's a head.
It's not chocolate cake, is it? Are you crazy? Chocolate cake.
I don't know. My name is
Skrillex.
My name is
Boxy.
My name is James. My name is Eileen Ogle and I run away. My name is Eileen Ogle and my cool guy is a fool guy. My name is Eileen Ogle. I teach little girls to step dance. My name is Eileen Ogle and I'm living in a transport. Straight up in your face below the roof of the place. The inspector plums clean Rosen Collab 2 and 3, or how I learnt to hate my horrible school. I sit up in bed thinking about school. I start to tidy my Jewish nose and I see the bump, and it was a thick cooking boil. Oh no! It's all shiny and slippery and sticky, and when you press it, nothing. Anyway, I try to kill the boil by squashing it with a chunk of tiki. Lovely. Not long after, I try to peel off the boil. I can't, it's not working. Right, I'm gonna try to cut off the boil with a little paper umbrella. I mean, with a knife. Here goes.
Don't do it, Inspector. Plums.
Okay, don't worry about it. Anyway, at school, everyone was looking at me. You see that bloke over there? Him, Michael Rosen. He's really hot. Not. Ha! Then I blow up the school. Well, actually, I cried right in front of everyone in class. So sad. Such a sad, sad time. Dave said, "What's that huge thing attached to your nose?" So I said, "It's a head, you fool." Everyone was laughing. Well, actually, no one was. And I ran to our school loos. I try to kill the boil with water, but it's no good. When I got out, everyone was looking at me. You see that bloke over there? Him, he's baptized. Oh no! There's no one in. Fantastic.
Michael's big bad book of things. My dad says, "Let's fry the cat." This is nice. This is really nice. Oh, yes. Like the time you threw up out of the window.
It landed in the street.
This is nice. My dad says, "Let's beat up your brother with a wheelchair." So, next time we had ice cream, my dad beats my brother with a wheelchair. Ow! That hurt! Whoa, whoa. Don't flick your egg on toast at the mirror. Yes. Tataraps. We sit down to eat, but then my dad says, so we just sat there and then I said,
Hello! Let's remind ourselves of a few things, shall we? Wonderful. It was great. Really great. But, and this is a big but, I never got to join in. And I cried. The terrifying trip. Once my brother said, "Why don't we go to Holland?" Yeah, I said, "It'll be great." Mum said yes, so we took sandwiches and chocolate and drinks and crisps. I was really looking forward to it. So we got onto the plane, and as we were getting on, I said, "Brian, Who is the King of Holland? Hans, Haribo. Mum says, good, you're right, quite right. Actually, no. And off we go. So we got onto the plane and I look out the window. There's a baggage truck. So we got onto the runway, started up and away we went. Me and my brother, we sit up in transport class and I'm just dozing off. And I hear a funny voice going, Brian, you haven't wet yourself, have you? My brother says, no. And I suddenly catch sight of a terrifying creature, his big face poking out from behind my window. All his clothes were torn, there was blood on his face. I had never seen anything quite so horrible in all my life. And I go mad in the back and I screamed, quick, get out of here. What's the matter? Said the man in front. The Skyfogel has escaped. Sorry, what did you say? Said the man in front. The Skyfogel. Man in front said, if you don't stop it, I'm going to put you out. Oh no! And that's when I get into really big trouble. Ow! That hurt! On Monday, my dad woke me up. Wake up and down, your fridge melted. Yes. So it's rush downstairs, front room, and upstairs, into bed, out the window, in a flash. So I got up and there was my fridge propped up against a windmill in front of nothing. It was just one of his projects. It was then I noticed there was a piece of paper who turned up round our fridge. It said, vanilla ice cream, raisins, key rings, plums. Sorry, this is my shopping list. It actually said, meet me at the old shop far away in Plumlington, but come alone. If I see anyone else, I shall string you up with a bit of cotton. Maybe I should go. Stop right there. You won't get very far. Do you know that place is absolutely horrible and full of oil? Right, as you know, it was... Can you hear me? This isn't working. This is useless. Hey, Dr. Plums.
Good morning to you all.
What happened to the remote?
It's broken.
We know that, your fridge. I'm asking you, how did it break?
My dad was underwater swimming with it.
I was just about to jump out the window. Then, suddenly, waste of money appeared. Right in the middle of nothing. Hello? Anyone want any syrup?
What syrup?
I don't know. That's enough. Will you go quiet when I'm talking? And then suddenly I got to this great idea. I said, why don't we go to this place far away? Are we going to run away from your dad because he won't accept us two together? What are you talking about? Do you really feel that way about me? Of course not. Ha! Never mind. Let's just go already. Can we bring Dr. Plums with us? Yeah, we could use him as a shield. So now we all got up and we ran and jumped on my plum mobile. And actually, the car trip wasn't very nice. Lift the jug and drink a bit.
Of cans
oh, this is good.
Beef.
This is
and then
peach
everyone
syrup,
will sit around,
tinned peach syrup. What a drink!
And we'll sit and eating it.
When we got there was a man stepping out of the shadows. It was my friend Trevor, Toenail. He looked horrible. Is that you, Michael? You promised you'd come alone. It isn't fair on any ducks. Can you just say what you wanted to tell me? No, too late. Oh no, get out of here! If you don't stop it, I'm going to tell my dad on you.
Like the time you threw your brother's face out of the window.
What?
Chocolate cake. Choc.
Oh, hello, Dad. Trevor's trying to kill me.
Ha! Hard luck. Out!
The word is vindaloo.
Right, before you die, I'm going to tell you something that'll burn your ear. Happy birthday. This isn't my birthday, this is the Rosen Collab. It's not until the 7th of May. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Why did you kill Dr. Plums? I was just trying to be funny.
Whee! Mind you, I never got any syrup.
I can't stand pain. As a parent, current and son of Peaches, I feel passionate about passion fruit. I believe that a child who's interested and engaged by League of Legends is in danger of destroying Sonic and only Sonic. Two big furries. Today I'm not going on a bear hunt. Instead, I'm a bear.
I'm on a hunt to track down teachers.
The bear's coming! I learned to read by becoming gross. But I'm not advocating a return to the unique techniques used by insect. She used to come in the morning and keel over and die and say, "No brick!
I love my break!"
Die. No! Some of us figured out what to do. Woo! Snatch a quick Twix under the desk lid. Does my audience really think most of my schoolmates asphyxiated? Yes. I'm here to tell the tale. Survival. Can you say that? 1, 2, 3. Survival. But can you teach creativity? That's a question I put to Marmite from King's College London.
Definitely.
We usually think of a piece of paper as a piece of paper. Well, instead, think of a piece of paper as a field. Okay? Subsequently, in class, James wets his pants by showing them juicy fruit.
Only one though.
Guinea invasion.
1, 2, 3.
Back into the classroom, James creates an instant of thief. No, we now have autistic children obsessed with Sonic. This approach, in my view, is likely to stunt a child's imagination and delay pleasure. Sonic's basics. Yum, yum, yum. So how and why have we got ourselves apply? That's enough. Whew. I'm fault. I know. I'll say YouTube put things on Michael Rosen's channel and laugh all over my face without making a sound. Good thinking. Now it's time to go to the... Oh no! The discussion page is gone. Oh no! A whole page doesn't just disappear. What am I going to do? Woo! I know. I'll write a letter to myself. Oh no, this is horrible! This here sucks. Right! I'm stopping the video. I am stopping the video. Oh, was that piece of paper there before? Must have been. What is it? It's a letter from me. I wrote myself a letter. What's it saying? Hi, Mickey. It's you from forward a few years. I'm writing to say your discussion page on your channel is gone. What's the deal, Mick? Love. From Michael Rosen, age 7 3/4. So I said, I got a letter back that said, I don't know. I know. I'll write YouTube put things on Notepad. Nice. I'm drilling for oil, yeah. I ate a bag of... You can probably guess the rest. Finger in, lick it. Tastes nice. Brian, I want a wee. No breathing.
Huh? It's not the same. Ay, 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 ay.
The presents. At school, we were doing a project. You know the kind of thing, the Viking would. Our project was windmills. Our project was, I don't know what. Our project was... Anyway, our teacher, Miss Woodall, said there was an inspector coming in. You know the kind of thing. Wasn't us, her. Really good. Questions. Later that day he came in, he had a little gadget inside the inspector, so you only poured out 1 teaspoonful at a time. Madam. Anyway, cool guy looked to see what there was. There was a little silver button on the bridge of his nose. You press the silver button, the inspector starts roaring, and hot air is on the floor roaring. And some of us figured out what you had to do was get out of here. We all got up and ran out the door and got away as fast as we could. Well, actually, I put up my hand. Yes, said the inspector. Can I have a drink? Yes, said the inspector. Again.
So it's upstairs, into the bathroom, shut the door, and yay, it was time to muck about.
I get the drink. Fill my mouth with that thick, sweet juice. This isn't thick, sweet juice. This is... My mouth is full of... Inspector. Thick cooking. Inspector.
What? Don't look at me like that.
Anyway, I ran and banged against an inspector. Again. Then, suddenly, the room filled up with inspectors. Hundreds and hundreds of them. Holy windmills. That's enough. Anyway, I rolled out of the door and off down the street. Who do you think was the first person I happened to meet? An inspector. Well, actually, hundreds and hundreds of them.
Again.
Nope. It was then I noticed the woman opposite. She was No! She was May. She was a bus conductor and she could wink with both buses. Fantastic food. We played fantastic games. We tipped the stuff out of the jar
of shaving sauce.
And we each guessed how many inspectors there were. 148, I'd say. 231, May'd say. Then we took one each, counting. I take one, put it in my mouth. May takes 1, 2. She puts it in her mouth. I take 1, 3 into my mouth.
What are you talking about?
Raisins.
Okay.
Anyway, I told May, I don't know if you noticed, but there's too many inspectors. We've got to get them out without any rule breaking. So May said, why don't we ask RootNegativeSixteen? So Root said,
you know my solution to everything.
Windmills.
Yes.
I'll tell you what I do. I took this windmill and put it on the cart. It was then the inspectors noticed the windmill. They ran to inspect my windmill, but me and May drove off to London Airport. It was then I noticed the security guard. Stop right there, said security guard. Where do you think you're trying to go? But then he noticed the inspectors and he turned to me and said, never mind, and off we go. Anyway, me and May took the windmill and put it in a plane to Jamaica with the inspectors following the windmill. We shut the door with the inspectors inspecting away like mad. The aeroplane took off and flew into the air, and all the people heard something as they were standing there.
Windmill,
windmill, windmill, windmill, windmill, windmill. And everything was lovely once again. Wonderful. And then we went home and ate chew raisins. Now, it's time for one of those little collab sections with these wonderful guys. Hot air. I like it when you go to those places where they have those hot food. We sit down to eat and the potato's a bit hot. Air.
No, I bet not, actually.
Headfish. On Monday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouts, your goldfish tastes nice. the science project. At school, we were doing a science project. You know the kind of thing, spaceships, electronics, trash. Our project wasn't any kind of project. It was special. What we had to do was nothing. How creative. Anyway, an inspector came in, he had a moustache, and he looked at our desks. And then he asked, "What were you kids doing for the last hour?" George said, "You smell nice." It was then the inspector closed our school. It wasn't one of his tricks. Headache. It's an ache in your head. Yake. Useless airport. Once I went to the airport, saw nothing in there, and I thought, look, this isn't fair. No planes, nothing. Cool food. We sit down to eat, and the potato's a bit. So I only put a little bit on my fork and I blow till it's cool, just cool, then into the cool. Cool.
Cool.
Hot. Useless presents. I gave my mum and dad 2 jug things. They were both made of jug things, except for the jug things. Once I was standing on St Pancras station looking for Haribo's granddad, and there he was waiting for the train. He wasn't dead. It was just one of Haribo's tricks. At school, I call him Louis Lou Liar. It was then he beats me up and he goes, "Watch out, everybody." Michael Rosen sees things that aren't really there, and that's how I got into this little hospital. Yeah, I hate it around here. Anyway, to put my mind off this, here is a poem I never released. Right, okay then, we're off. Bitter, baby. Hot food. We sit down to eat, and the seat is a bit hot. So we stand up. Bomb. I made a bomb big enough for me to blow up Jamaica. I took the chance. You may think I'm happy, you may think I'm sass, you may think I'm rather nice, but hang on to your seats and listen right here, I'm gonna eat a tomato. So here goes. In goes a bit of tomato. All slimy. And then suddenly I remembered this funny little rhyme. No, said the inspector, Queen Juliana drives a Suzuki Liana. Miss Goodall shouted out, "How'd you know?" Magic. Well, actually, I can hypnotise people from Holland. Teachers sometimes ask me, what's the best way to hypnotise? And one of the ways I answer is to suggest that the first thing to do is to create a hamburger. In other words, it was Christmas Eve. I knew Father Christmas was Father Jack.
Where's Father Jack, Dougal? Where's
Michael Rosen?
Yes. Father Jack. Where is he?
I don't know. I don't know. Far, far away. Brains. Drink. Oh, nice. Tomato 2-year-old, or How I Learnt to Dance. Nice. Bus conductor. We had a bus conductor who was so strict, you weren't allowed to brew high. Jack, the bus, he used to stand out the front going, no, hi, Jack, and you had the whole morning to get through. Me and my friend Haribo start laughing. And so when we got our tickets off him, bus conductor says, it's no laughing matter, a tatter. So we go, okay, don't worry about it. So there we were, sitting in our rows, thinking very, very quietly. I like dogs. I've got 10 of them. And then we start thinking really hard.
Oh no, I'll...
Not long after, a few days later,
I know, I said. I'll use a secret weapon
called the fridge. Actually,
I'll use a secret weapon
called the Michael Rosen taser. The bus driver.
Yay.
Wonderful. And then we went up to bus drive. Can I have a go, please? So he said, shh, you greedy little pig. I'm driving, and I can't drive properly if you two are going, it's almost. In my ear. So I said, I'm not a greedy little pig. And that's when we used a secret weapon. The Michael Rosen taser. Out cold. It was time to muck about. Yeah, there it is. Bus conductor's not stupid. He knows something's going on, so he looks round. Oh no! The moment I dread. Stop right there. Said bus conductor. Where do you think you're trying? Anyway, I dashed out faster than an electronic windmill made of toenails with a little paper umbrella stuck in the top. Do you know, people say to me, if that's true, how come you're here to tell the tale? Fair enough, and I'll tell you, it's because, you know, two jug things. No horrible things. Or Rosen Collab 2. When I get in, if there's one thing I love, it's watching the 6 o'clock Goldfish. I love the present. Trevor Goldfish and the Goldfish Gang. Let's remind ourselves of a wonderful program. Stop the sky food. No, that program was horrible. Anyway. When I get in, if there's one thing I love, it's a chocolate gingers. We sit down to eat thick gingers. Oh, in the mouth. It was lovely. But my dad, what does he do? He stuffs a great big chunk of chocolate gingers into his mouth, and then that really does it. His eyes pop out. He flaps his hands. He blows, he puffs, he yells, he bobs his hair down and up. He spits of gingers over his plate, and he turns to us and he goes, watch out, everybody. The ginger's really hot. My dad's a bit dopey. Hard luck. Dad, always knew you were a bit. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's when people complain about wind farms. It's like, can you not put up with a couple of metal windmills? Maybe it's because you secretly want the world to burn up and drown at the same time. This is what I'm doing to your opinions. If there's another thing I can't stand, it's when I'm talking to a girl and I can't control the sound of my voice. It goes like this. Will you go out with me? And nin. Once I saw my brother laughing at a piece of paper and I thought, oh no, what's he doing? So I said, what's that? And he said, it's a picture of a picture. And I said, yeah, real funny. Stop those stupid repetition jokes and just tell me, will you? So he said, okay. Actually, it's a picture of a photo. So then I screamed, give it here! And I snatched it off him and I dashed out into my room. In 10 seconds, flat. And I locked the door. Now, that piece of paper, what is it?
You made a funny joke.
It's a picture of our babysitter called May, who used to look after us sometimes. Her husband was a lightning conductor. I mean, an orchestra conductor. Anyway, she was holding a baby, and underneath it, it says, congratulations on your 7th child. Let's hope that you can make enough money to support him. Oh, I thought she only had 6 children. I looked a bit closer at the kid. It was then I noticed it was me. I was adopted, and then suddenly I realised my mum and dad lied to me for 15 years. I wasn't actually born on the 7th of May, I was the 7th born of May. How
how to play neck, not meditation. Step 1. Don't. Would you believe it? Okay, I said, okay. Yeah, okay. And off we go. I think it's really bad news. You weren't allowed to breathe when I was at school. If you need air, you had to die. Right in front of you and I. You may think I'm crazy, you may think I'm mad. But that's why I don't puzzle my dad. My dad calls me at 9:30 at school. I don't know why. Horrible airport. Once my brother said, why don't we go to horrible airport for your birthday treat? We could spend all day there. Horrible airport looking at the spots in my eyes. It would be great. Yeah, I said, it would be great. Mum said yes, but my dad said no. Oh no, the moment I dread when Dad goes from being decent to absolutely unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Nice. Anyway, I shouted out, I'm not taking any notice of my dad. So we took sandwiches and chocolate and drinks and my friend Roger.
You bet.
I was really looking forward to it. When we got there, my brother found out that there was this cafe and I had loads to eat. I had for Hollywood and it was huge. It was taller than my brother and there were hundreds of plums, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and I ate the lot. Then suddenly my sister calls me, but I throw my phone on the floor and yes, it melted. Yes. So now my sister can't phone me. Wonderful. And then we went to the station for no reason. Well, actually, we went to the station to meet my friend Haribo from Hot Air. And we stuck blue paper strips onto white paper strips. They were Shram and Sheddle. And we kept talking about RootNegativeSixteen and windmills. In the end, I thought, she said I said he lied. But I said she said he lied. When you said she said I said she said he lied, he said, you said he said I said she said I said Sheena McLean had died. Now, I was really confused. So I said, why don't we go to Hollywood? Haribo said, waste of money. Why don't we just go home? All right. I said, when we got there, Mum said, did you have a good time, boys? And Haribo said, it was great, really great. Oh, she said to me, it's tea time and I want a pizza. I said, all right. And I cried. But then I remembered it wasn't my birthday at all. Yeah, and everything was lovely once again. Wonderful. Now, more and more people in Britain today are using tails. We spoke to Jack Davis of Jackney. Yeah, I like tails. Be like tails. Santic. A me tails. Cause no cream, cheese, vanilla, nuts, rouge, shadow, raw botanic, dark oak, no, deep, no, and I don't know. We had a teacher who was so raven. Do you know, at the beginning of the week, there were 48 kids in my class. At the end of the week, there were only 8 of them left. There's Dave. Dave, like Dave. Do you know, people say to me, if that's true, how come? Fair enough, and I'll tell you, it's because when I was at desk, the weak ones just used to breathe. That's a shame. What you had to do was snatch a quick breath under the Hollywood sign when she wasn't looking. So once more, from the beginning, we had a teacher who was so raven. Stop right there. Anyway, boom. Ah, that was the mistake. Slamming the jam.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam.
Do some breathe. The magic fridge. Once I went to the fridge and there they were. 2 jug things. I think you know what I mean. The milk jugs. Ha! Lift the jug and drink a bit. Oh, in the mouth. It was lovely. So I drank the lot.
Not long after, a few days later, I went to the fridge, saw a bag of plums. And if there's one thing I love, it's plums. I take one, nice. And I ate the lot. Not long after, a few days later, I went to this cafe. And I had hundreds and hundreds of tomatoes. When I got home, I went to the fridge, saw me in there. I don't know anymore. Once my brother said, why don't we go to the Anime Museum for your birthday treat? We could spend all day there looking at the anime. It would be great. Yeah, I said, it would be great. I was really looking forward to it. When we got there, we looked to see what there was. There was me. Don't like that. There was fairy tale. Don't like that. And there was I like that. And I saw something else. It said, Lucky Star. That wasn't very nice. You slimy little. Right. I'm stopping right there. A hip hop, hap. I'm giving you all nothing. Ah! Flame star. Good. 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 As you know, I like castle crashes. The Michael Rosen Spectre.
Watch the conquer, watch the conquer, go to sleep, go to sleep.
So then I woke up. The bus trip. A woman called May says,
I can hypnotise people.
So he said, go to bed, go to the bus, your bag of plums. So May said,
Okay, don't worry about it.
and off we go. And then we start the breathing. I think you know what I mean. And then a woman went out the window. So I said, why? But a woman said, I don't know. And then I went home in a flash. The project. At school, we were doing a brush project. Wonderful. And then we stuck blue strips of paper onto May. They were wind ducks. And we kept talking about mad dog stuff.
In the end,
I thought they
grew tulips and ate cheese because all the kids at school do. Good, Michael, you're right. Quite right. Suddenly, Spectre appeared. I shall give you to the ducks.
we never saw Michael again.
Fast food. Once I went to McDonald's. Yeah, saw out me in there and I thought, what's in it? So I go out to the counter and order 203 hamburgers. I get the bag of hamburgers. I sit down at the table and start shoving hamburgers in my mouth like crazy.
I can't stop myself.
Oh no!
Too much fast food is bad for your health. So I just fell over and died. Me and my brother.
Oh no! What am I going to do?
This is the first collab I ever made of glass. I mean made in all my life. Anyway. Deep down, where I don't know, deep down inside, there's a place so magic you can't catch. Haribo, Grandad with both eyes. Fantastical. No!
Oh, get out, get out!
I wanna be a quintillion.
Please. This is horrible. I can't stand it. Later that day, I was out of cooking oil. You know. Today it's a shop that sells preposterous plums in a paper bag. Fantastic-y. The May Rosen wrap. No meal or half.
Chocolate cake.
Vanilla cake.
Chocolate cake.
Vanilla cake. The car trip. Mum says, right you two. Now, I'm going to tell you something that'll burn your bottle of rum. I gave my mum and dad all kinds of nothing. So I went to sleep. So then I woke up. Christmas present. This is a long Hollywood. The project. Michael Rosen rolled out of the door and off down the street. Who do you think was the first person Michael Rosen happened to meet? Here goes, I said. That's just tomato sauce, not blood. Sandwiches and chocolate and drinks. Fiddle diddle. When I was 6, I ate the bag. Can I have a drink? So sad. So that's George Williams done shit. You've already done that joke. So sad. My dad got into bed with me and I said, it's not that kind of video. Go away, please. He was very sad, and then my brother said, eat my fat banana. And I said, that's a disgusting innuendo, and you should feel bad. Here's me, Michael Rosen, being really subtle about tasteless jokes. Oh no, I made a stupid video again. Maybe I only make these videos because I'm not really here. How can I be sure that I even exist? And then we went home. Platform. I'm standing on the shirt. Mum comes at 10 to 5. When I wait for her, I watch the shirt.
There we go. Reliant Robin.
Quick, come and have a look. It's amazing.
And I say to something, let's made the deal. The chocolate rains.
Chocolate rain.
Shut your mouth. Mouth. In the Jura Mountains, it rained and rained and rained. Every day, it rained and rained and rained. And listened to the rain and rained and rained. The lightning lit up our mountains. The thunder rolled round the faces. I thought there could be watch. My mum and dad gave me a watch. Not a pocket though. And it went well enough until one day at a camp, we were playing smuggler numpsons. I was a smuggler and I had to get the smuggler in your pants. My dad had a favourite page in Michael's big book of chocolate things. Page 1. Because on page 1 it said, oh shit. Like the time you threw your mother's best cake out of the window. It was her grandmother's. Whee! It went flying out the window. Only I forgot to tell you, we lived in a flat over a shop. So when it went flying out the window, it flying out the street. My brother is on the pants down of the chocolate cake. Time. Right, as you know, this is a completely clean collab, so that means no butt sex jokes or swearing, you dirty little gobhounds. You haven't heard a word I've said, have you? Lol. Anyway, I've noticed that I never used black people. Oh no. What was the line? Crap. Oh yes. I've noticed that I never used the black screen sauce. So here goes. Oh, I love whitely beef.
Oh yeah, a little sort of sticky bit on the
Yeah. Baby Bo. Sometimes my fridge used to stand out the front going, nice, I don't nice. Deep down, inside, it was a bit hot. Then I said, how did his eyes pop out? And he said, he was standing on the fridge and he just fell over and saw our jug in there. He flaps his hand. He spits hot food all over his plate and he turns to us and he goes, it's a bit hot. Yes. But how did his eyes pop out? Such a sad granddad. We live in the sand dunes, so I couldn't see you. I was a smuggler, and I had to get 20,000 chocolate cakes through the customs for us to win the uniforms. So then I went creepy crawly and creepy. My chocolate cake. It stopped. It was broken. He just fell over and died. The Hollywood
Is not to be trifled with.
We went to this cafe and I had loads to eat. I had chocolate cake and the sand dunes. And actually, that wasn't very nice. It was really sandy. Oh no, this is horrible. It was great, really great. And I cried. We're still going really well. Let's finish it because this is a long collab and I'm really tired.
You're tired?
Yes. Let's just finish it. I like toenails.